Good morning, everyone. Good morning to all of my and everyone around here. Okay, so the reason why I'm here, sabi ko nga, I'll be pre-recording videos na lang, so it will be easier for us, and we could finish our discussion in no time. So the first thing that I would like to ask you is, first topic is instructional. Let me see, instructional material selection. When we design, wait lang, I'll just, I can't see myself. Okay. When we design sorry for the background. Nandito ako sa kusita eh. So when we design a material, let us not forget na there are different things that we need to consider. Number one is, of course, yourself. There are lots of activities that you could think of. Very, napakadami. For example, during your demonstration teaching in your face-to-face class, I know that you saw some of your classmates are using different kinds of things. Actually, this is based actually on my experience. For example, nag-demo kami with my college friends before, college classmates, and some of them, I thought that just using the normal thing like cartolina, some activity sheets, and sort of is already enough. However, some of my classmates use different things. Like there was a there was some of the things that I use ay ano ba? Example. Example ng mga ginamit namin noon. May cortina method. So, in during that time of discussion, di ba, cortina, bubuksan si cortina. Tapos ito yung mga activity. Then, isasara si cortina. Then, another activity. Then, sa kabila. So, some use that. Some naman, some students, also, some of my classmates during our activity demonstration teaching, they use balloons. Ayan, one of my class, kaya lang ang tagal nun for motivation. So, they use balloons, puputukin ng bata yung balloons, and nandun yung question. It's fun because some of my classmates are very happy doing that. Kaya lang, it takes time. Next, some of my classmates use a cartolina na may mga binubukas-bukas. Ayan, yung mga ganyan. Some of my classmates use games. Some of my classmates use some hand gestures, may mga song, may mga dance. And all of those are available. And if you will go online, mas marami sa online. So, some students may mga different activities silang gagawin. However, the problem is the teacher itself. Number one, based on experience, number one is the teacher's capabilities. I know that there are lots of things available, but of course, bawat teacher may mga kanya-kanyang likes, may mga kanya-kanyang dislikes. For example, ako, I really want to draw, but I can't. I want to draw things. Gusto kong mag-drawing so that I could, I really want to draw so that I could share it to my classmates and so that it's easier, it's cuter, but I can't. So I could only use some pictures, or I could ask someone to draw. Kaya lang, if I will always ask someone to draw, it's costly. Diba? So I should think, what are the things that I can do? Another thing, based on experience, is that the environment is also important. How the school, the parents are pagiging supportive ng bata. For example, my previous school, walang television during that time. Computer projector is provided. So everything, video, PowerPoint, provided dyan. But matipid sila when it comes to printing. Hindi sila masyadong okay pag nagpapaprint ka, piprint mo yung mga activities, hindi. Okay? So, may mga bagay kasi na mas maganda na nakaprint na. When I parang galante sila sa printer. It's like they said that sa printer and ink, I mean sa papel at saka sa ink, that the students usually have handouts, and sometimes the students could have a lot of activities, exam nila colored. So as you could see, the students could, even if high school, madaling mag-print dun sa basic ed, dun sa CEIS. So it depends upon the availability of the resources. And for the parents, for example, especially you guys, some of you sa BEd, gusto mo magpaluto. Kaya nga lang, ayaw ng parent magdala, nagre-reklamo sila. Lagi ka na lang nagpapaluto, lagi ka na lang nagpapagupit, lagi ka na nagpapaganto. So, you would always have reklamo ng inyong parents. So, mahirap. Kaya dapat, we would always think of what are the things that you could do, and the second one is the supportive ng parent and also supportive ng school. And also the facilities is very the facilities is very important kasi there was a time during my third year days sa dun school na pinag-ESThan ko, sabi nila gusto nila daw mag-demo kami. So I prepared PowerPoint presentation, I prepared some videos and everything. Now, during the time that I will present some videos and everything that I have researched, doon ko lang nalaman na wala palang kuryente doon sa room. So, and I didn't bring I do have my own projector. My mom has. So, I used that. So, hindi na ako nang hiram. The problem is, yung mismong room walang kuryente. So, wala. Hindi ko rin nagamit. So, another thing is the availability of the resources. We could be some of my classmates and during college, they're very let's say very creative, some are not, but as a teacher, hindi mo pwedeng i-pressure yung sarili mo ng bagay. Pero, as magiging teacher, you need to check of different activities na available at saka pwedeng gamitin ng mga bata. Huwag naman lagi-lagi, yun. You're not college student, so you will be bored. Ako, alam ko na bored kayo kasi puro tayo discussion. Pero, if some teachers, especially in basic ed, iba, kailangan may mga arte, kailangan may mga activities. Kaya lang sa inyo kasi, the more I gave activities, the more you will say, they have a lot of activities, hindi naman kayo required pumasok, but kayo ganito, sayang naman, and sort of. So that's a problem. So now, we shall start presenting my presentation. Diretso na tayo. Okay. So I'll be presenting my instructional material. Okay. So, okay. So I'll start presenting my video. Sorry na yung aso ko ay presentation tayo ng screen. Okay, dyan. Yeah. Sorry na po. At ang aking... Okay. So our first activity is... Instructional material selection, design, and development. So, we know that instructional materials are essential tools in language classroom. Language teachers must discern which material and if it caters to the diversity of learners. So it is said that every instructional material that we will have, we must not forget that we should check the students. Kasi the students will know sila may kinabang. For example, I will give you a scenario. I have an instructional material. Actually, hindi siya instructional material. But rather, dun tayo start na activities. There was a time I asked, di ba, nung bata kasi ko and college days, like pa din namin yung boys versus girls. Ayan, boys versus girls. And then, one of the activities we will do is that there is the students will bubulot sila ng tanong. I will give the question and then they will write the answer on the board, pabilisan. So, when I asked this particular section, ginawa nila yon. And, naglalakad lang silang parang, tamad na tamad, gano'n. But, the other section, naglalaktakbo talaga sila, pero mali yung sagot. Pero masaya sila. So, it's okay with them. Doon pa lang sa search for activities na both sections or both things are pwede. Aside from that, balik tayo. Another experience of mine, I tried it in my high school, junior high school. Sa junior high school, tinry ko, especially my grade 10 students. What I did is, kasi nakakaral ng Poly and LPE. I love those subjects. But the problem is, during the first quarter, I have observed na they are not participating. Antok na antok sila, nakaganon sila. So what I did is this. Since available naman, I was given a compilation of ano ko doon, parang hindi siya movie eh. Parang ano siya, gamit yung flash player, and then you will watch it, and then na boring yung bata kasi syempre animated siya, so ilang kabanata yung gagawin namin. I think we have 64. So isip ako, kasi the movie is not working. They're very bored. The discussion is not working. They're very bored. So what I did is I changed it like this. And walang nagre-recite. Ang nagre-recite lang is the people that is concerned with academic. So, ginawa natin, okay, starting today, all of you will bring a whiteboard marker or any whiteboard marker or chalk or anything that you could erase. For example, this one. This one, yung pwede nyo erase na pag ganun. Okay, anything. It could be, wait lang. Dito. Okay. So, I have a visitor dahil nag-aaway sila at gumagalaw ang camera. Okay, diyan ka muna siya now. Okay, so what we'll do is i-erase natin, and everyone will erase their answers. So what I did is this. So ang ginawa natin ay nag-play ako ng video. So after every chapter, you will take down notes, okay? And then I will ask questions. And hindi ako magtatanong sa inyo. I will not ask you one by one, but rather I will ask you as a class, and you will. Now, for students who want extra points, there are some questions. So I started doing that. Syempre, ayaw nila magsalita eh. But I want them to participate. Gagraduate na sila, and I know them. Hindi talaga nila build up yung confidence nila. So what we did is, we started the activity. It turns out it's better. Everyone, even the students na tamad, they are taking down notes. Kasi sabi ko, it's fine, you could look down at your notes. May mga matatalino para maayos sila, at saka yung mga naghahabol sa academic merit, ang ginawa nila, they are watching the video ahead of time. Then they were writing it down. Ngayon, some of the students naman talagang nag-ano sila talagang everything. They research the activities, they research the video, they read the book, and everything. Hindi ko na sinabi na magbasa sila. Ang alam lang nila is their lesson. And it works out for them kasi they understand and also they have the activities. Okay siya. But I actually did that too. I am trying to do that when I started teaching saan ba? When I started teaching in college, tinry ko yan sa mga bata that we will have the race, the activity, and board. Kaya nga lang sa Meneses campus, when I tried it, nagkaroon ako ng problem kasi the students did not have any activities. Ayan. Tsaka sabi nila, ma'am, nakatamad magdala ng ganito. Kasi sa high school, pwede sila mag-iwan, may locker sila. Pero sa Meneses, wala kayong locker. So ayaw nila magdala ng mga ganyan. Tinatamad sila. So, yun yung nangyari. Yun lang yung problem kasi tinatamad magdala. So, ang nangyayari, bili ng bili. I don't think it's not. And hindi siya masyadong okay. So maybe I'll be thinking of something else. Walang mag-aaway ha. Okay, nag-aaway kasi yung mga aso ko. Mga ganun yung camera. So, you should know, you should know the different the different ways in order to select different lessons. So, in developing language skills, learners need to be able to function autonomously in the environment they're growing up in. So, the teacher, we must know how to select what are the good things that the students could do. Okay? Um, hmm. Okay. Okay, so let's have this. Your aunt asks you to tutor her 6-year-old for online learning for the coming school year. Naglalaro na ng aso ko. Iwan, ka na dito, Malky. Ito naman. Okay, sorry. Pinakamakulit kong aso. Okay, so let's have this. Learning for the coming instructional materials you would choose, share, and why. So let us check. 6-year-old. So let's have this one. Just facts, physical science, spin workbook 6, Ginormous workbook 1, 2, 3. Biscuit goes to alphabet numbers, animals, and fruits. So online learning this coming school year. So let us check. Is physical science okay? Hindi. Hindi siya okay kasi bakit? Grade ano ba yan? Physics is usually for higher levels na. Junior high school, 3rd year, 4th year. Developing language skills, actually this is nice. However, this is already workbook 6, it's advanced na. Ginormous workbook, over 350 activities, fun first learning. So you could use this. This is for first year, pang preschool siya pwede. Kasi ang 6 years old is already, actually, this person should actually may idea na siya how to read, write some numbers. And this one is good for review. To-check mo dito. Ito yung pang-check mo, okay ba? Biscuit goes to school. This is also nice. This is a reading activity. You could use it to their needs. And also alphabets, numbers, animals, fruits, and vegetables. Ito, actually, itong dalawang, itong ano na to, this is nice. This is good for spelling or yung alphabets. Pwede yan, flashcards. Pwede siyang for spelling. Okay na okay yan. And aside from that, we also have animals. So some animals are not familiar for us. This is also good. The fruits and vegetables, ayan, music, and the weather. So you could use this one, this one, this one. So syempre, bakit kailangan ito? Maganda kasi ito so that you could share the different, go to school. Ganito yung gagawin natin sa school. This is how it will do it so that you could excite the students. Okay. Let us admit, when we choose type of learning material, we normally zero in what looks appealing to us. Syempre, what iba yung colors, di ba? Mas masaya naman talaga pag maganda yung colors. So you could choose that. Rejection only follows if after a browse we decide the material is not sufficient to satisfy our craving for knowledge. However, with most language elementary students, what looks appealing is always sufficient. Yes. It must be colorful. It must be full of. So they have a lot of animations kasi nga, elementary sila. Some of the students could not understand, kaya nga diba, isipin na lang natin, bakit sa bahay marami kang biniling laruan? Very quality. Binigyan mo sila. Pero bakit kapag pumupunta ka ng palengke or ng perya or ng simbahan, di sa mga labas, ng fiesta, bakit gusto nila yung mga lobo na mumurahin? Na yung mga laruan na tig sa 10 piso na mumurahin kahit may mga ilang libo kang laruan sa bahay. Why do kids love that? It's because it is colorful. Okay? And it's easy. It's for the moment. Bakit yung mga sisiw kinukulayan, pwede naman hindi kulayan? Kasi nga, it is colorful. It is very attractive. And then, as a teacher, you must use the attractive thing para ma-encourage ang students mo. That's a fun That is also the reason why sa CIS, I don't know kasi other schools. I think some of my co-teacher na nagturo na sa ibang school, Poveda, ganun din yata sila. So that is why when they make an activity, they make sure and even exam colorful. Kasi gusto ng bata na maganda daw yung kinukuna. Kasi more on very attractive sila. So you need to excite the students. Kailangan mo silang i-attract so that they could study. Okay? So, some of us, what we usually do, kung ano yung sa atin, this is more informative than this one eh. Kaya lang, the problem is, the student didn't know it. They need to be attracted. Okay? They need to be attracted with learning. Kasi sa umpisa, mahirap talagang mag-aral. Mahirap magturo. Actually, kayo elementary teachers, kayo pinakamahirap ang trabaho kasi sa inyo ang sisi. Dahil lang sa inyo ang una. Sa inyo binabalik. You need to help them study. How could you help them study if you only have a not so colorful thing? Well, for example, wala kang budget to have this colorful thing. What you could do, what is the attractive to students? Ano pa? Edit games. You need to have games, a lot of games. I remember my mom, kasi hindi na ako mahilig. So, kasi nga, nakakatamad mag-review. Nakakatamad ako mag-review. So, ang ginawa niya, sige, laro tayo. Sabi niya, sige po, laro tayo. Meron akong maliit na piano. Okay? It's a very small piano. Yung ganito lang siya kaliit. Yung ano lang, laruan lang. Sabi niya, mami ko, sige, paunahan tayo mag-press ng ganyan. Quiz tayo, quiz. Sige, sabi ko, sige. Okay, so, may tanong siya. Noong una, inunahan niya ako. Ito yung sagot. So, ginawa niya competitive. She used that. And as a teacher, we could use other things, other colorful things, so that the students could have better things. I will share you some of the friends thought. Kasi meron akong some of my friends, napunta sila sa LM. Doon sila nagtuturo. Meron daw siyang time na during the session, para daw mag-enjoy yung bata, bumili siya ng tig-pisong chocolate. Tapos, bumili din siya ng kalamansi. So, ngayon, ang ginagawa niya, every time na magsasagot yung bata, parang review or activity nila, pag tama, binibigyan niya ng chocolate. Kakainin. Pag mali, binibigyan niya lang kalamansi. So, the kids are very happy. Some of that motivation nila yun, di ba? Kakaiba. Diba? Makapag-isip tayo. Pero wag naman mga food poison yung bata if ever. So anyway, raw material selection, design, and development are both an expertise and a task for individuals who have gained knowledge and skill in making sure each appropriate for every user. So, in this book, Material Development in Language, Brian Tomlinson discussed that material developers who should focus answering these three essentials. So, pag daw naghahanap tayo ng mga materials, yung ating dapat ginagawa. First, what should be provided with the learners? Ano ba yung kailangan? So, this one, what should be provided with the learners, we have, meron tayong tinatawag na mga curriculum from the DepEd. So, titignan natin if, for example, yung curriculum guide na ginagawa is okay siya. Nakapasok siya dun sa gagamitin. For example, you will choose a book. Is it fine? Nandun ba yung mga gustong objectives ni DepEd? So, yun. Dun yung pwede i-check. And aside from that, also, additional, supplementary, and what the school wants. Next, how should it be provided? So, how will you provide those things? So, meron ka na, you have seen the different curriculum. So, paano mo siya ipoprovide? How would you provide this thing? So you could check, for example, the students will read a passage. Okay, Philippine literature. Now, how will you make it? Okay, so anong material dapat ang kailangan kong gawin? Filipino. Therefore, I will select a reading material. Okay, so pwedeng ganun. Next, what can be done with to improve language, promote language learning? So, you could, what are the things, usually itong letter C, pag sa libro, supplementary activities. Kasi we should always have, promote the language learning. Sa English kasi yan, syempre, English tayo, teaching English in the elementary grades. With these questions, as guys, you should understand further what materials should be. Okay? So, again, you should always have this question. What should be provided to the learners? How should it be provided? And what can be done to promote learning? You should always remember, actually, dapat yan, ang gagawa nito is those teachers na nakapagturo na. Mahirap na, for example, konti lang yung experience kasi nga, lalo yung first year of teaching, hindi pa. Teaching actually, of course, is an experience. I know that you have a lot of ideas. Ako din, nung college, marami rin akong ideas. Kaya nga lang, let us not forget, even if you have tons of ideas, let us not forget that you should have something that sometimes it can't be done. Kasi some of the students are not happy with that. Okay, so analysis. Let's have this activity. Which learning material will be appealing to elementary students, to preschool students? So elementary to preschool. Write by sounds. Write the beginning sound of each word. So, elementary. Ito isa, commonly confused words worksheet. Alin na mas magiging appealing? Of course, sa elementary students, this one would be appealing. However, this is too easy. This is too easy. They will be bored. I tried it before. I tried to ask my students to may answer activities na pang ano lang, hindi masyado. I try to ask my students to answer activities na masyado madali. They do not like it. So, the elementary students must have this. Kasi may idea na sila. Lalo na grade 6, saglit lang to. Ito sobrang dali. So, we will choose this one for elementary students. To reiterate that what was mentioned before, instructional materials are essential tools in language classroom. Language teachers must know which material to use and learners to have today. Okay, so abstraction. Under selection, design, and development. Okay? Okay. Parang umulit. I think umulit to. Umulit na to. So with these questions, you should understand further what material should and should not be. One, material should have, teka lang ingay na mga